we got the subframe off. Had to pry up the engine so it won't fall. And now we can't get it out because it's around it. This is the subframe off the parts car. It's kind of rusty under here, so I'm gonna clean it up. Looks mainly to just be surface rust. Top side's alright. But yeah, I'm gonna clean that rust off and paint over it. So we got the subframe off, put the engine on some blocks. It was hard to pull it all together. It was coming off of the clamps. Over there, back there, it was coming off the clamps. So we took the subframe off so that we could pull each side individually. And now we got it all pulled out, and he's gonna start cutting the frame out and putting the new frame in. So when the subframe was connected, we tried pulling it and it was attached down here, and we pulled it too hard and it ripped this through. It pulled it with it and it ripped it through. So that's why we took off the subframe, so that we can pull each side individually, so that we wouldn't have to put so much stress on the clamps, so that this wouldn't happen again. So we cut out the frame on the parts car. Here it is. Cut it way back here. So we decided we're not gonna cut this side, this pillar out. We're just gonna cut the front, this pillar, and then that up fender. Here's the E55, so cut this all out too. This whole frame rail and that upper fender plaque. Got that cut out, and then this side we just straightened it out. So we're not gonna be cutting that out. So yeah, now all we gotta do is take that piece over there and weld it onto here. And make sure everything measures up straight, and then we can start putting the car back together. So on my E55, this power steering line was bent in and is leaking, so I'm going to take it off the parts car. And also this oil line was leaking as well, so I'm going to take that off the parts car. And also on my E55, this power steering cooler was all bent up, so I'm going to take this off and put it on mine as well. So I got these lines off for the power steering cooling. I got this power steering line off, and I got this oil line off. He's finishing pulling this side because it was a little off. This frame rail had to go to the right a little more. And then everything else lines up as it should. Those are his measurements. This is the subframe from the E55. We're changing it out because you can see it's like, can't really tell on camera, but it's like bent. Kind of see a crumple right there. So I'm gonna swap that out with the parts car subframe, which I got the rust off and painted. Yeah, this one's nice and straight. So yeah, so I'm gonna swap these power steering lines while the frame's cut out like this, so it's really easy to get to. It's just a bolt right there on the steering rack. Goes up to the power steering there, and then this line right here just goes into the reservoir, and then all the way back down to the steering rack. I'm gonna swap those two things out right now, so won't have to do it later when the frame's there. It's a lot easier to get to right now.